idea. And talk about fun and the right people to have in the right places.
Oh, we've had so much fun. This is our news director here at Erie News Now, Scott MacDowell. And a year ago, you were convincing us to join this 4 o'clock show. I was a hard no for a long time.
You know what? You and I have been back and forth so many times across my career
for
here.
me, it was kid pickup time.
Yes.
I couldn't do that. They're getting home from school. Who's going to pick up the kids? But we made it work, and I'm so glad we did.
You know what's fun is to watch people that you bring together that you're not sure, are they going to mesh? Are they going to work? We couldn't have picked a better team.
Well, you know, my story with this is that the show the planning hit a little bump. And one day I was trying to mind my business and stay in my lane, as we like to say here. And I walked into his office and I said, what are you doing about this 4 o'clock show? Because I was working part-time at the time. And his answer was, I don't know, why do you want it? And I said, I might.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Were you a little scared putting two divas on one show?
Where to begin? It's hold your breath and watch to see what happens. But you look at the guests you brought in. This has become a community vehicle like I would have never envisioned. To see the amount of people that you've brought through. You look at our guests, you look at our cooking, you look at, we've got the Irish Festival coming up, sitting right behind me, just ready to go. They're stacked up like cordwood across a month, and it's a beautiful thing.
You always get the best reaction from Mom, and my mom's always texting me during the show, and she told me, I never knew so many things were going on in our community. My mom's lived here her entire life. And I learned so much on your show, and I love hearing that. That's probably one of the best.
You know what I love too, and you can see in this video, this is where we started. This was the old set, which is actually, it's where we are sitting now, but it's the old set. I know.
Bob.
To try to look different, we backed the chairs.
And he did.
He didn't really mean that. You can run that video. John worked really hard on that video. Go ahead and run it.
Fine.
But we went from that to then when the new studio was built, we went over there and we kind of made do with that. All the while we knew that this set was coming, that it was coming. And so we opened the show a year ago, and then we got to this spot here in January, February, I think. And this was all you're doing, and you're pushing to make sure this happened for us, and we love it.
It's the perfect vehicle for you guys all the way across. And you're the only game in town, which I love. You know, this becomes ground zero for people in the afternoon. When they come home, they've got something to turn on. That isn't a judge fighting show or some other show that's out there. It's all community. It's Erie. If you want to know what's going on in Erie, this is the place to do it. And I couldn't be more happy that the two of you are.
Absolutely. We hear so many times from people about the blue couches. John Stalen doesn't find them very comfortable, but people always say they make me feel comfortable.
Yeah, we like
sitting, and we always tell our guests, pretend like we're at a coffee shop and just chat.
And thanks to Pam Forsyth, I am not the interior decorator, but really nice that she
picked this up. We talked about this. The foresight.
Put these in
and we talked about that when we were highlighting her last week, that she helped pick this out. But Kara and I did a Facebook Live before this show, and we were talking about how the one thing you said to us was, go ahead and do whatever you want, and then if I need to rein you in, we'll rein you in. And you've yet to rein us in, Scott. So what do you want to see from us in this new year?
You know, there's been those moments. I've come close. You know, I think what you're going to see, and we started doing this a little bit, but you're going to see more and more is that rotation of you guys out in the community too. And I think that's going to be important. Don't get me wrong, the winter months, I know you love to stand down along the waterfront. And
I would love that. Please put me on the calendar for that.
No, you know, I think there's more of that. I think just knowing, and I got to thank, you know, Bob Bowen. I've got to thank John Duckworth, the people behind it, Adam Snow for helping along the way. You look at Ariana back here, who's been our community ambassador, walking people in and out of this building. I think just consistency. You keep going and doing what you're doing. I'm watching the numbers day in and day out grow. We're looking at our morning show at #1, our 11 o'clock at #1 right now, our noon show and 12:30 at #1, and you guys are the only game in town at 4. So by default, you're number one.
We're number one.
And with that, let me turn my camera around. For our anniversary, I've got to take a little selfie out here of us.
Wait, I was behind the one.
That's exactly the way it was planned. So hang on. Here we go. And one for Bob Bowen. I'll catch him when he's.
There we go. And we're actually going to bring on our producer, who you've heard so much about, coming up at the end of the show.
We also brought you guys a little
Celebrate.
bottle
Look
to
at
celebrate,
that.
non-alcoholic.
Okay. We'll pop it open at the end of the show.
For you guys,
Thank you.
for all the work.
Thank you. We love our job, and we love coming in every day. Thank you.
Love having you here, guys. Keep it rolling.
Thanks,
Thank
Scott.
you. Appreciate it.